whip. Cause cream get the money, no cool whip. No appreciation for depreciation, cause new money needs some initiation. Chrome wheels outside of Section 8 homes, in places where they still use flip phones. No Boost Mobile in Beverly Hills, no healthy food.
Yo, what's good everybody? This is Suede back with Feelgood Threads. And before we even start any tutorial today, I want to give you guys a shout out because we just hit 5,000 subscribers. So I am super amped. Thank you guys so much for the love. I really appreciate you guys so much for that. I know that we haven't had that many videos out as of recent, and I just want to kind of give you guys an idea why. So I've been doing a lot of the filming, the editing, and obviously I've been doing the customizing, and I'm learning all this process by myself. I've been putting on multiple hats, and as you guys know, when you're learning a new process for the first time, it takes a little bit because there's a learning curve behind it. So speaking of hats, guys, we just got these new Yacht Pushers hats out for the summer. So we're trying to keep you guys fitted. I would truly, really appreciate if you guys could pick up one of these hats from shopfeelgood.com. It helps us continue to bring you guys these videos, get you guys better quality footage, and push these videos out a lot faster for you guys. So again, it's shopfeelgood.com. It's under the hat section. We've got several different colors. This guy right here is in gunmetal. It has a braid on the front as well, and we've got plenty of fresh colorways. With that said, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, you guys might want to do so because we've got a couple of surprises that are coming up real soon. For today, guys, I need to teach you guys how to clean, how to prep, and how to dye your Bordeaux's. Our concentration today, guys, will be cleaning up this guy here. As you guys could see, at least I could see it. I'm sure it's pretty deep here. There's a crease that goes right across the line here. So again, that's a very important reason on why we should make sure that we are stuffing the toe box, because it's going to be really hard for you to get a brush into these crevices and try to keep it as even as possible. See, the thing with dye is it's very fluid. It's not like paint, where paint gives you a chance to catch up and, oh, it's about to run off, it's okay, I can catch up and try to pick it back up and move it somewhere else. Dye, once it runs, it just runs. And so that's why it's very unforgiving. You have to be very careful with how much dye you dip on your brush, all right? And you know, for the obvious reasons, we've got dirt and dust accumulating here on the bottom. I'm using this Easy Cleaner. The Easy Cleaner is excellent for, again, several different fabrics and materials. So I've already dropped a little bit in this cup. It's a clean cup, guys. Always recommend that you use a clean cup. So just a standard toothbrush. It's a medium, the bristles are a medium, so it's not too hard and it's not too light, okay? And let's start off with the toe box, guys. What I generally do is I'll just dip enough where I know there's some on the brush, and I will just very gently do circular motions like that, okay? And if you guys can notice, I don't put too much pressure onto cleaning these guys because you're dealing with suede, and suede, again, is one of the most difficult fabrics to deal with and keep nice and supple, keep the texture right, keep the nap up, keep the nap on, because sometimes you'll scrape it off, and that's a goner when it's scraped off. So that's all you really got to do, is just do little small circular motions, and once you're done at least doing that small portion, I want you to just keep going down the shoe and working it in small sections. See, small sections, what it does is it makes it more manageable for you to assure that you've gotten the small pockets. So this shoe is excellent because it has a bunch of little notches like this. Like, for example, this gray, I could just say, okay, I'm going to do the gray part next, and do just little circles like that. And then I can say, okay, now I'm going to do the black part next, and go through and continue to do that as well. So as the front portion starts drying, you're basically starting to get the whole rest of the shoe at the same time, okay? There is no need for you guys to sit there and accentuate or embellish one portion more than the other. What I usually recommend is, if you're going to clean the shoe, you just do a nice clean circular scrub down like I'm doing right now in sections. Then you can start to really hone in and see if there's any other spots that need additional cleaning. So that's what's cool about this cleaner, is it will eventually clean the things off. And if you have a deeper stain or something that you see that needs special attention, you just go back in and go in and do another layer of it. But again, there's no pressing hard, there's no aggressive, you know, back and forth stroking on this stuff, guys. It is a real simple process. Again, what we're doing, guys, is we're trying to eliminate any dirt, stains, anything of that nature that might affect the end result of our suede dye. Suede dye, if you put too much suede dye on, you can oversaturate the suede. If you put too little on, you can make certain spots blotchy. And I'm going to show you guys how to do the opposite of both of those, hopefully. We're just going to very gently get into these crevices here, and we'll be doing that today with just a standard brush. You don't need an airbrush for this. And as you guys see me coming around, look at you don't really even see the soap anymore. It's kind of lost the bubbles, meaning it seems like it's activating into the suede there. And again, it's difficult to find, guys, a suede cleaner that does not harm your suede. So, you know, that's the reason why I always opt for this, because once I know that I have a product that it's not going to hurt the fabric I'm working with, and I know I'm safe. So just, you know, you take that by experience. All right, so guys, I'm pretty much done here now. Now I'm just taking a clean microfiber cloth, and watch what I do, guys. I just pat it down. You're just patting. You don't want to do anything scraping wise. You just want to pat down. Try to take off all the bubbles first. And when you do that, I'm hoping you're going to come out with a cleaner looking Bordeaux. The bottom portion is the rubber. It can withstand a little bit more aggressiveness, so if you want to just go ahead and scrape off it, or dry off actually anything there, you can. But for the suede, guys, again, you can see the toe box here. Make sure you're popping it out when you're drying. Alright guys, now we got a pair of clean Bordeaux, and you'd think that I'm ready to go and ready to shoot these guys with some dye or paint them, but actually we're not. So let me show you guys the next step, okay? We've got the nice new clean pair of Bordeaux here. And what we're gonna do next, guys, we're going to utilize some alcohol and some water. And I'll tell you exactly why. Now what we're gonna do, I'm going to put in a little bit of alcohol. And I'm gonna dilute this alcohol with a half of water. That's it, just some standard water, tap water, whatever it is that you got, as long as you can take some clean water. And then I'm gonna put in a half version, and that dilutes, guys, again, that's diluting the alcohol, so it's not so powerful. Suede, again, guys, suede is extremely sensitive. So when you're dealing with suede, you don't want to put anything too hard, any kind of astringents on here that are too overbearing for the suede, because what will end up happening is you're going to mess up the nap on the suede and just call it a day after that, because there's no recovering from that. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm just taking, I'm putting a couple of fingers inside of the microfiber. I'm dipping it inside of, there you go, you guys can see that? That's the alcohol content with the water. And I'm just taking enough here that I know that it's going to immerse. Here we go. I'm just doing a quick scrape off. So if you're wondering why I'm doing that, it is because these were used kicks. When they're used kicks, and they've got dirt all over them, or oils, this is what will strip off all of the junk that's on here at the end, okay? So the easy cleaner is just used to break up all of the particles that may be on the suede, okay? But the actual, I'm gonna dip this again. Notice I'm not drowning this guy, just a little bit, just so I know that it'll get on the Bordeaux shoe and then it'll clean it off. So if you guys are familiar with Angelus Prepare and Deglazer for prepping leather, this is almost the same thing. This would be like your version of like Prepare and Deglazer, or your version of acetone, just to make sure that there's no last oils left on this guy, okay? Oils, guys, are your enemy. They do not like paint, they do not like dyes, they don't like nothing. They don't want to mix with anything. So since they don't want to mix with anything, you want to make sure that they're completely eliminated before they get onto your shoe, onto your custom, and don't give you the final result that you wanted. All right, so guys, I'm gonna knock this other one out here real quick, and then I'm gonna give these the opportunity to dry before we dye them. So see you guys in a minute. All right, y'all, we are back. I gave these guys about 15 minutes and they are pretty much dry now. I hit them with a little bit of a heat gun as well. Again, with the heat gun, you want to be careful with suede because it's such a delicate fabric. The last thing you want to do is burn that suede before you start to dye it. So I'm pulling out a brush here. It is looks like a flat angular, and this guy is it's a half size. The reason I'm picking the half size is because these are pretty big areas here that we're working with today. They're large enough panels to use. You can still kind of squeeze in. You see this little crevice here? Look how nice that this brush cuts in. See that? And you could still swipe back out. So this is one of the reasons why I use a flat angular. This is by Angelus. This is their new line of brushes. So ever since they sent me a pack, man, I haven't touched any other brush besides these guys, and they're very comfortable to use. They're light. Make sure you clean these guys after use for sure. Otherwise the bristles get all messed up. And you see they have a nice clean sharp edge, and that's what I love about it, because the thing about dye, guys, if you get dye on this black right here, you'll still see it, believe it or not. Even though it's black, you're gonna put a splotch of dye on there. And you know, dye, it's so powerful, it's so pigmented that you'll see like that little dab. So when you guys are focusing on the actual dyeing portion, you want to use just very light dips. You don't want to soak the actual bristles all the way through. I would actually recommend, if you're gonna dip it, just to get the ends of it right here, just to clip it. If you could just clip this little segment in the front, that's perfect, because then going around these curves, you can go around them with more fluidity. You don't have to worry so much about, oh, am I gonna spill over? And really, you want to cut against this edge. So this is important, guys, for the finish on these. You want to cut like this, and that's why this angle is great, because it actually fits in this pocket perfectly, and you can go through. So with that said, guys, let's get the dye mixed. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I hate dyes, man. I really do, because they get all over the place. And that's why on these dyes, if you notice on the back, you can actually push this. Actually comes with one of these little tools here to help you dip and dye if you'd like, but prefer to use a brush. But on this navy blue dye, guys, you have to be careful, because if this tips over, like I said, it is so unforgiving. It will just spill everywhere, and it stains everywhere. It's these guys here, they have a little push. See that? When you push that in, I strongly recommend, guys, you guys use these. We shook this guy up. This is the light gray. I'm gonna shake this guy up. I'm gonna put these guys here in the corner just for a little bit of organization. And then we got the last guy here that's neutral. Let's jump on a neutral. Same deal, guys. Pull out neutral. No surprise that it's clear. Again, it just kind of waters down whatever dye that we're working with today. So let's start with navy blue. First things first. You can see the saturation in that. It's a lot of pigmentation there, and it's very watery compared to that paint. And so when you're using dye, you may want to use gloves.
See, just this much, guys, it goes a long way. I mean, that might have been too much already. So next thing I do is I cap this guy up. I already got some on me here. And the funny thing about that is I can already take a look at that and see it has a bronzish tone. You guys see that bronze tone there? So that's something to be aware of, that it has a bronze tone to it, because we have to make sure at the end, ours doesn't have a bronze tone. Notice what I did, guys. I wiped myself down quickly, got that out of the way. Okay, let's do the light gray next. The reason I did that is because I don't want to start grabbing other things and then I start splotching other things with the navy blue. This is an interesting kind of a dye. It's a light gray. It looks a little foamy. I'm hoping that doesn't affect it. Oh yeah, that actually came out. There we go. That actually came out pretty clean. I just mixed these two guys together here. But I still think that might be a little on the dark side. You want to start lighter, so get light gray. Again, guys, I'm capping them, putting them away. And let's put neutral in there in the beginning. Alright guys, so this is the combination of both. Alright guys, here's the Bordeaux. Take a deep breath, because dyeing always gets me nervous. What I do, guys, is just take a dip in and let just the front end catch. Light coats. Remember that.
Truth be told, we all the target. When the zombies coming, you gon' fall the hardest. Big fish flopping, they fall the hardest. When the economy crash, we gon' fall regardless. Yeah. Getting money, throw your hands in the air right now. Worldwide hustlers and boss type women only time. Yeah. Interest rates is raising, plus inflation. Talking turkey based, and crooks is picking pockets. Thieves is focused on that purse she waving. Global industries and thirsty corporate raiders lacking patience. OGs and companies is steady-handed walking papers. Record labels faking and paying up they artists famous. Do this from my heart and pray to God just that my art ain't jaded. Cost cutting business structures, making new jobs automated. But us kids don't give a fuck. Our favorite rappers ballin', baby. Rap game so far from a gold mine, still looking like 08, 09. Still gotta get the money that's on mine. And if she got money looking so fine, get her nails did, get her hair done. Designer shit, the only shit she wear, bruh. Meanwhile, you could buy a new whip, cause cream get the money, no cool whip. No appreciation for depreciation, cause new money needs some initiation. Chrome wheels outside of Section 8 homes, in places where they still use flip phones. No Boost Mobile in Beverly Hills, no healthy food where ghetto kids chill. Blue collar dudes just settle for wheels, white collar dudes gon' settle for meals. Third world youths just settle for meals. Hoping and praying get the belly filled. This real life, not no belly film. Got diamonds in your teeth, that's a smelly grill. 9 to 5 don't go where your art goes. No Scarface, blow, or narcos. Just interest fees from your car notes. I do this from the heart, feel my cardio. In my audio, sacrifice slaughter dough. Invest in myself, this for all of yo. And I hope that they wanna see me ballin', yo. And I will, son, Evo, Spartan, bro. Collect more coins than Mario. But even then, dude, it's just a plumber. Thinking about that is just a bummer. And the money in the bank ain't just a number. Word.